As the old saying goes, honesty is the best policy. And my friend, I bet you would love to have an honest assessment, a fair review about Bella Vista, Arkansas. And that's why you're sitting here watching this video today. My friend, I've taken information from clients, people like you, people that have lived here their entire life to understand what do they think, what are their feelings about Bella Vista, Arkansas. To help pass this information on to you, I thought I'd put it all together in a video so you can understand what Bella Vista, Arkansas might be like for you. So today I'm gonna give us a fair assessment, a rounded assessment based off of schools, infrastructure, crime, of course, real estate, healthcare, nightlife, activities, and maybe a few other bonus items along the way to help round out this video for you today. If you've done any research about Bella Vista, you know that it's located in a region called Northwest Arkansas, which is up here in the northwest corner of the natural state of Arkansas. Bella Vista is just on the Missouri and Arkansas border. Northwest Arkansas region is classified as 3 different counties: Benton County, Washington County, and Madison County to the east. Most of my videos are typically about Benton County or Benton and Washington County together. Today we're going to focus in again just on Bella Vista, but it helps to understand more of the region. In fact, recent statisticians have said that there are 36 net people moving to Northwest Arkansas every day. According to World Population Review, in 2024, the population of Bella Vista is 33,087 people, which they anticipate there will be about a net gain of around 800 people in 2025. In the next 5 years, by the time 2029 rolls around, World Population Review says there's going to be closer to 36,700 people, so quite a bit of growth. When we get into the real estate section, I'll give you some analytics and details about what the real estate looks like and kind of how that's changed over the last few years. Bella Vista had humble beginnings as a resort community in the early 1900s, then started being developed in the mid-1900s as a retirement community, kind of a graduated type of lifestyle living. And then Bella Vista became its own city in 2007, having its own police force and fire department, road commission. So as we're going throughout this video, please understand that there are 3 main entities that govern Bella Vista. You have the city of Bella Vista, you have the Bella Vista property owners. Oh, did you not know that? The entire city of Bella Vista is in a property owners association. I have so many clients that come to me and say, Anthony, we want to live in Arkansas. We don't want to live in an HOA or a POA. And I'm like, Bella Vista is probably not the place for you then. If you feel so strongly about that, then maybe Bella Vista isn't for you. And they don't realize that the entire city of Bella Vista is in a property owners association. And then the third is the Architectural Control Committee. They're the folks that say, hey, yes, we would approve the color of fence that you would like to paint or the landscaping that you'd like to put in the front of your house. Of course, they do a lot more than that, but I was just giving you a couple quick examples. Bella Vista, my friend, is unlike any other city in Northwest Arkansas. It's undulating topography. There's deciduous and non-deciduous trees. There's curvy roads everywhere. It's not a grid pattern type situation to where you've got north-south roads. I mean, seriously, take a look at this map. You can see that Bella Vista is curvy all over the place. For the first few years, you definitely want to have your GPS helping tell you where to go when trying to navigate around Bella Vista.
It's a shortcut, Dwight. It said go to the right.
It can't mean that. There's a lake there.
It is beautiful there in Bella Vista, my friend. Again, it's completely different than most every other city in Northwest Arkansas. Clients of mine would agree, and they're nodding along if they're watching this video saying, yeah, Anthony, Bella Vista isn't like any other city we've seen in Northwest Arkansas. In no particular order, we need to talk about schools. Now, my friend, maybe you're interested in buying in a school district that is highly rated, or maybe that's not important to you because you don't have kids or you're not going to resell the house anyway. This is maybe the last house you plan on buying. You're planning on retiring here and spending out the rest of your life in Bella Vista, Arkansas. However, the 3 school districts that do make up Bella Vista, Arkansas are Gravette School District to the west, Bentonville, and the highest rated school district of the 3 right here in the middle of the city, and a small sliver on the east side of Bella Vista is Pea Ridge School District. Again, of the 3, Bentonville, according to niche.com and many other school rating systems, rank Bentonville as one of the highest school districts, not only in just Northwest Arkansas, but in the entire state. Of course, do your research, find out what fits your family best. Furthermore, there's actually only one school building in Bella Vista, and that's Cooper Elementary, located over by Blowing Springs Campground and Trail System. Because Cooper Elementary is the only school building in Bella Vista, when your kids get to middle school, junior high, or high school age, they're going to certainly need to take the bus or drive themselves over to Bentonville or Gravette or Pea Ridge, depending on which school district you're in, to be able to go to school each day. I might be speculating a little bit here, but I happen to believe someday maybe Bella Vista will have its own school district, or maybe someday Bella Vista will block out Pea Ridge and Gravette and only be Bentonville schools. But that's down the road. Next on our honest review to discuss is activities in Bella Vista. In my opinion, my friend, Bella Vista has one of the widest variety of things to do in towns in Northwest Arkansas. There are 7 lakes, 7 golf courses. There's a shooting range, mini golf, frisbee golf, parks. You could go fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding. You could hike trails and go see waterfalls. And of course, my favorite, there's single track mountain biking trails all over Bella Vista. 3 trail systems that are in Bella Vista are Blowing Springs, mentioned earlier by the campground. There is Back 40 trail system, as well as Little Sugar trail system. All of these trail systems are connected by the Razorback Greenway, which can take you down from Bella Vista all the way down south of Fayetteville to Mount Kessler Park. Of course, there's little connector trails that offshoot into different neighborhoods and to different trail systems along the way in Bentonville and Springdale and Fayetteville, of course. Our region not being that large from one end to the other, from one side to the other, of course, being in Bella Vista, you could jump down into Bentonville to go to a movie, or Rogers to go to Top Golf, and go catch some nightlife down in Fayetteville at Theater Squared, or catch a show at the Walton Arts Center. When looking at a new area, many of my clients, again, people just like you, are really concerned about crime. What's the crime like there? Well, my friend, as a local real estate broker, I have to be careful what I say about crime. I definitely want to direct your attention to a website called crimegrade.org. If you plug in your current zip code and compare it to Bella Vista, you're going to get an analytical understanding of the crime that's located there in Bella Vista versus where you might be. Crime is very subjective to the individual. What you might feel comfortable with, I might not feel comfortable with, depending on your surroundings, depending on what you might be used to. But I would encourage you to go to crimegrade.org. If you look at their map, the greener the area, the safer the area, would be a pictorial representation of maybe where to focus your search. Another factor that people consider when moving to a new area is healthcare. Of course, I would always encourage you, my friend, talk to your current doctor and practitioner and ask them to refer you to someone here in Northwest Arkansas. You've heard the old saying goes, it takes one to know one. Have a referral from your current doctor to a referral to a doctor here or specialist here. Of course, there's emergency clinics, eye doctors, dentists, chiropractors, a couple pharmacies with CVS and Walgreens. But if you're looking for specialists and you're looking for a hospital system, there isn't any of that in Bella Vista. You'll need to travel down the road to Rogers, Bentonville, or perhaps Springdale or Fayetteville for that more specialized care. Given all the different activities that you can do here in Bella Vista, certainly you may need a hospital for some poison ivy, for a tick bite, for, heaven forbid, a broken bone while you're out hiking or biking the trails. But if you're needing that emergency care, they've got you covered. More specialized care and longer term care, definitely down further into Northwest Arkansas. As a local real estate broker, of course I'm going to tell you an honest review about real estate. I thought I'd rewind the clock for you, my friend, and tell you what the average home price was 10 years ago in Bella Vista. Back in 2014, the average home that sold in Bella Vista, get this, was $153,177. That is a far cry from where it is today. Let's go ahead and pop up the numbers there for 2024. The average home that is currently sold in 2024 for Bella Vista is $405,166. It has increased quite a bit, as I'm sure you can imagine. No matter where you are in the country, costs of living have increased significantly. The popularity of Bella Vista has increased. Mountain biking trails have been built there. Benton County was a dry county where you couldn't buy alcohol in Benton County. Now Benton County is a wet county. So there have been some major changes. There's been some policy changes. There's been some development to the area that has caused Bella Vista to pop up on people's radars. US News has ranked it as one of the best places to actively retire. Needless to say, real estate has also increased across the country. Bella Vista, as mentioned earlier, is no different. You might be interested to know that of the 7 lakes that are in Bella Vista, 3 of them are wake lakes, the other 4 are non-wake lakes. But you might be interested to know there's about 65 to 70 homes that sell on the lakes in Bella Vista every year. Now, granted, those properties on the lakes are going to be at a higher price point, my friend. Even this year alone, here in 2024, there were hardly any homes that sold on the lakes in Bella Vista under $500,000. So your barrier of entry to get on the lakes is even higher. And the upper register of homes on lakes in Bella Vista are going to be Lake Windsor, Loch Lomond, are going to be our 2 most expensive lakes and be well into the 7-figure range. Another factoid that you might be interested to know is many clients are looking for new construction. They said, hey, Anthony, would love to live in Bella Vista, love all the activities and mountain bike trail we have access to. We would like a new home. Well, my friend, back in 2014, there were 8 new construction homes that sold in Bella Vista on the MLS. There might have been some private builds that happened as well, but only 8 new construction homes that were built in 2014. Ever since 2014, the numbers have continued to rise, and more significantly within the last 5 years or so. As you can see, we're a far cry from where we were with only 8 new construction homes, and this year in 2024, so far, there's just been over 400 new construction homes that have been built in Bella Vista. Kind of keeping in line with what we saw in World Population Review. They were saying there's going to be about 800 people move net to Bella Vista in the next year. Going along with real estate in regards to property taxes, my friend, Bella Vista has some of the lowest property taxes compared to the surrounding cities like Pea Ridge, Bentonville, Centerton. I'm sure there's probably some trade-off between Gravette and Bella Vista, but Bella Vista has some of the lowest property taxes in that specific region of Northwest Arkansas. Of course, being in a property owners association, there are association dues whether your property has a water meter or not. So an improved lot, if you look on their website, bellavistapoa.com, you can find out further information about different activities that they offer, different clubs, different groups, meetings, people that are just like you that want to get involved with others of the same interest. Many of my clients and friends have told me that because Bella Vista is in a property owners association, you have those neighbors that are going to call you out on some things. Now, I know that you might not like to hear that, but my friend, again, honest assessment, letting you know that even in a neighborhood like I live, there are people that point out what type of violations that you might be having. Your trash cans didn't get taken in within a certain amount of time. Just be kind to your neighbors. Don't be that crotchety person. Be the person that you want to live around. Wave at everybody. Say hi. Be neighborly. Can I grab a cup of sugar? But yes, there are people that live in Bella Vista that are going to try to call you out on specific rules and regulations to what the Property Owners Association says or what the Architectural Control Committee might say. And it being a legitimate association, it holds teeth. You'll have to abide by the rules. I would say that's probably one of the biggest complaints that I have from friends and clients is I wish the association was a little more loose on the rules. I wish the association wouldn't have so much of a say in what I do with my own property. But my friend, on the other side, it's kind of nice that nobody's painting their house fluorescent orange, or they've got 15 cars in the driveway. There is variety in people's yards. You may see because there are so many trees, it's kind of hard to grow grass sometimes. And it being a lower maintenance option, you might see rocks in yards that are the entire yard. But some pretty cool decor in the rock landscaping. If you're looking at homes online, you're like, wow, that driveway is really short. Well, my friend, it's because the driveway is either like this or the driveway is like this. It's really hard to find a flat lot in Bella Vista where you have a flat driveway and a flat backyard. Those properties are few and far in between. They go very quickly and for a little bit more money. But if you're looking online and you're like, hey, that driveway looks really short, again, it's probably because it's very steep. Look around the house and see how much ground is between the back deck and the ground, and then how close it gets up to the front of the house. That's a good indication that the yard is significantly sloped. In regards to infrastructure for Bella Vista, you need to understand, my friend, that because Bella Vista has such an undulating topography, and because Bella Vista was not originally planned as a city, but a resort community, then a retirement community, public sewer isn't something that every home has. I haven't done the actual numbers, my friend, but I believe there are more homes that are on septic that are on sewer, on city sewer in Bella Vista. So if you have plans of building a pool and building a new house in Bella Vista, you have to be very careful where you're going to put that septic system and the drain field so you have room for both. There is also no natural gas in Bella Vista. So if you're looking for a gas stove or gas fireplace or furnace, more than likely your home is going to be equipped with a propane tank. Yes, you can get those tanks buried. Yes, you can put certain appliances on propane and the rest can be electric, but you're certainly going to need a propane tank if you want any type of combustible gas to be used in those appliances in the home. Many clients, just like you, want to live in a neighborhood that has sidewalks. It's walkable. They have the ability to go out and walk and see the neighbors. I would caution you, there are hardly any neighborhoods in Bella Vista that have sidewalks. So if you're looking for a place to go for a stroll in the evening, you'll be walking either on the shoulder of the road or in the road itself. Of course, there's the Razorback Greenway that extends up from Blowing Springs we mentioned earlier up by Metfield Clubhouse. On Houston Boulevard coming out of the back end of Blowing Springs, there is the sidewalk there for sure, but most everywhere you look in Bella Vista, there are no sidewalks. One thing that I think Bella Vista has done very well, and many of my clients that are just like you are happy to see in Bella Vista, is almost every single home in Bella Vista backs up to a green space. So there is some type of separation between you and the neighbor that's behind you. A lot of times there's a big holler that's behind you and you don't even know that there's a house there unless it's fall time and all the leaves are off the trees. You go, there's a house up there. I didn't even know. Many times in those green spaces, that's where trails have been allowed to be built behind homes. Of course, you might not see your neighbor, but you might hear some people either mountain biking or taking a stroll on the trails that are just behind your house in the woods. If you're concerned about nightlife in Bella Vista, don't be concerned at all because there isn't any, my friends. There is no nightlife in Bella Vista. In fact, with its roots and history being in a resort, then a retirement community, now a full-blown city, there's not a whole lot that happens in Bella Vista after 6 or 7 o'clock. Yeah, you can find a few places here and there, my friend, but there's not much going on after that 8 o'clock hour. As far as the restaurant scene is concerned, there's been new restaurants come into Bella Vista, new bakeries, new coffee shops. And I would bet to believe there's going to be some additional growth that happens in the area. As far as my honest review, Bella Vista not having a downtown, it's my understanding that there is some development that's going to happen in the coming years that's going to create more of a downtown area. My guess is off of Business 71, where you already have some commercial and grocery stores, restaurants and shops that are already there to create a downtown type of feel for the folks that live there in Bella Vista. My friend, it's always a pleasure to put this information together for you, and now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville. Thanks for watching.